Yo, what up? You're with your bro Favela, and it's story time. Now you have nearly 200 Coachella goers who got busted for misusing handicap placards and parking spaces. Yep, and once I roll the clip, you'll see exactly how many people got busted and fined, because they got hefty fines. Every last one of the people that were caught got fined by law enforcement. That I think is the third or fourth year in a row that they catch people misusing handicap placards. I think it's 4 years in a row. I'm not really sure. I gotta go check that. But the point is that they misused the handicap placards and they were caught by law enforcement. Now in that clip, you're going to see the amount of people that, not only the amount of people that were caught, but also the punishments that they got. And that's good that they got those punishments, so that way they learn their lesson to respect people with disabilities, to learn that in this country, people with disabilities, we give them priority and we respect them. Now here I'm going to roll the clip.
We're just getting word of a major crackdown at the Coachella and Stagecoach music festivals on people who abuse disabled parking placards. The California DMV teamed up with the Indio police and cited 172 people during the two festivals for fraudulently using those placards. This picture was taken during one of those enforcement efforts. Violators were slapped with fines from $250 to $1,000 and had their placards confiscated. The DMV carries out dozens of enforcement efforts like this every year.
So as you heard, 172 people in total were caught and busted for misusing handicap placards. Yeah, that says a lot. If it was maybe one, two, or even five people that were caught, I'll let it pass. I'll let it fly. But if it's 172 people, come on. I mean, don't we have culture of having priority for people with disabilities? Whether it's at an event like that festival, whether it's at other buildings, facilities, apartment buildings, wherever. I mean, shouldn't you know that they have priority, and that law enforcement and the DMV don't play with that? They don't let that fly when you fuck around with these placards and in the parking spaces. They don't. I mean, if you grew up in this country, you live most of your life in the U.S., you should already know that. I mean, come on, you know, where were you at? I mean, you just drop in from outer space or something? Where you think people with disabilities should ever have fun or shouldn't have the right to enjoy themselves? Especially young people with muscle disease like myself. We want to have a good time. We want to go to festivals. We want to go to concerts. We want to go to Dodger games, whatever the case may be. I mean, it's all fun. We're just not going to just sit at home and just hustle and work and that's it, and just watch the Dodger, watch the Dodger game from home or watch the stuff from home. I mean, come on, I mean, we have people with disabilities who are young, who want to have fun. They're at the peak. They're at their prime. They want to get to do as much of this as before they get old. Just like everybody else before they get old, there's a time where, to do this is usually when we're usually in the 20s. But then after you hit your 20s, usually people want to turn away from that. So we want to get to enjoy it while we can. And also, we should have respect too and consideration for people with disabilities. We want to have fun. I mean, what's going on? What's going on with Socal? What's going on with the people from Socal? I mean, we got to do better. What the heck is all this? I mean, for real. I mean, this kind of pisses me off. I mean, it should piss other people off as well. But, I'm glad that from what I heard, I think they've been doing this for 3 to 4 years straight at the Coachella festival. They've been doing that, of law enforcement getting real tough with people that are violating the law when we're at the festival, especially misusing the handicap placard and misusing the handicap parking space. I mean, shouldn't you think before you just do that? I mean, what's the excuse? I mean, you want to have a disability? You're contemplating on having a disability? I don't think you would want to have a disability when you're able-bodied. But you know what? Who cares? Because people who have disabilities themselves, most are actually okay with themselves. It took time, if they all of a sudden boom, they got themselves a disability. All of a sudden, okay, at the beginning, okay, it might be, climbing, like climbing Mount Everest. It might take time to get used to. But I mean, most of us who had disabilities for a while, I mean, we're okay with ourselves. Even people with progressive muscle diseases like me, I mean, we're okay with ourselves. I mean, what? I mean, why don't you just love yourself the way you are? I mean, just use your body when you can when you're young. Shoot, why are you going to wait until you get old, until you have knee pain, back pain, I mean, a bunch of joint problems, arthritis, and then you just wish you'd be young again and be able to move like you used to? Why don't you just move when you can? Enjoy that. I mean, why you got to be lazy about it? I mean, use that body. I mean, don't you use that body at the freaking festival to go walk a long distance? I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, can someone in the comment section let me know what's your take on this? And once again, thanks for tuning in to La Favela 5, and stay tuned for the next video. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Yeah.